So, welcome back to another video with Mike and Michelle. Today, guys, we are going to talk about the single life as a Christian girl and how it can sometimes be portrayed to be somewhat of a burden to still be single. Just for me, I am 36. I am single, no kids, no prospects, nobody anywhere near close to becoming my husband. So I have this unique idea that my singleness is not necessarily a curse, but it is actually very much a blessing because there's things that I have been able to do as a single woman that I probably wouldn't be able to do as a wife and a mother. And no slight to anybody who is a wife and a mother and they may be feeling like they're stuck. You're not stuck. You're in purpose. Like everything that we do and everywhere that we are currently in life, it is purpose driven. So whether you're single in your 50s, it's purposeful. If you're married in your 20s, it's purposeful. So I think we have to understand that it's a gift no matter what. And when you get the gift, or if you get the gift, that is none of our business because we're not the ones who control when we get the gift. We're the ones who have to be appreciative once we get the gift. But I will say, as someone who has always wanted to be married, like I can't remember a time in my life, even from a child, that I did not want to be married. I always wanted to be a mother. I used to say I wanted like 7 kids. That has come down to about 2 or 3 right now, but I mean, I would still love a big family. And I don't think that I've been slighted in any sense because I have been able to travel to multiple countries. I've been able to pick up and go whenever I wanted to. I've had the ability to watch other people's kids or, just be a blessing to them that they wanted to go out and do certain things when they couldn't because they have kids. I absolutely love it. I am TT to the most fullest to my nieces and nephews, and I love it. There's nothing that I would not do for my babies. But I love the fact that when it is my turn, because I know that it will be my turn, I know that God has someone so special waiting for me, that when it is my turn, I won't feel like I missed a thing. I'm so grateful that God allowed me to not have to be one of those people that got into a marriage early and you knew it wasn't the one. But you settled. And it's not that you settle out of, well, some people know that they settled just because they settled. But there are those who felt like this is exactly what they wanted, bump the little pink and red flags. This person is it. This is something I've always wanted. This is something that God has said that I will have. And they settled for the wrong one, thinking that it was the right one. I'm glad that I pray that I never am that person because I don't want to idolize marriage as if it's the goal, because it's not the goal. It's just the gift. The goal is to be one that Christ is proud of, one that God says, hey, that's my shawty right there. That's who I created. That's who I'm proud of. And I want to be one of those people that if marriage finds me, if it doesn't, I feel like I lived a full life. Like no matter what I feel like I missed out on, I want to feel so empty that when it's time for me to leave this earth and go be with my Father, I'm going to leave feeling so fulfilled. Like I made a difference in this world. And like I said, I know that God has told me, Micah, this is who your husband is. Micah, these are the kids that you will have. This is what your marriage will bring to the kingdom. All of these things. So I have faith that it will happen. But even if it doesn't, I still trust that God has what's best in store for me. Like, I don't care if it happens on the 90th birthday. If God saw fit to give me my husband on my 90th birthday, thank you, Lord. If I'm honest, I don't want to wait that long. But if I do have to, I will. But I think we have to get away from the stigma that if you're unmarried, if you don't have kids, if you um, are some old spinster with cats and whatever, like that you're less than. We are not less than just because we don't have kids or we don't have a husband. We are just as great as anybody else. And if we talk to most married people, they will love the freedom that we have as single people. Not that they don't love their husbands or their wives or their children or their families or whatever, but it's a new set of responsibilities when you get into a marriage, when you bring children into this world, or you if you have a blended family. There's a new level of expectation, a new level of grace that's needed, a new level of strength and boldness and patience. And if we're honest, some of us single people, we're not there yet. And that's probably why God has not given us our spouses or children, because we need just a little bit more patience. We need a lot of bit more grace for people. We need to understand that there is more to this world except my wants and needs. And so once God can trust us with that, then I believe that he'll give it to us. But in the meantime, he will still use us for his glory. I was able to recently go back to school for film, and knowing, okay, after going through the program, if I had kids or a husband and had to do that, baby, knock me out of that. I don't know how you, I get, round of applause for all you married people or people with kids and you're going back to school. That has to be one of the hardest things that you probably will ever do, because the time constraints and how you have to put just as much effort into your schoolwork as you do your career or your job or whatever you do, or given to your family and your husband. I thought I was finna just crawl in the little fetal position with that schooling, because I was like, who got time for all of this? Like, I still got to run a business. I still got family issues. I still got all of this stuff. I could not imagine God allowing me, even though I know he would have given me the strength. And I know that all things are possible through Christ who gives us strength. I know that. But just the amount of courage and true passion and pursuit that you have to go through to do something like that. I thank God that he allowed me to do that in my singleness. Like, hands down. Thank you, Lord. Because that is one where, if I'm honest, I probably wouldn't do it again. I'm not a schoolgirly, so maybe that just might be my thing. But it took so much out of me. It taught me so much about myself, about how much more I could be doing. But I love that God allowed me to have that moment just for myself, to put myself first, to do what I was called to do. It's not something that I wanted to do, but it's something that I was called to do, because he saw that there was a part of my future that required that schooling then. And I thank God that now, when I will have my family and I will have my children, I won't have to sacrifice time away from them, or even away from me, to pursue that schooling. Like, he allowed me to do it in my singleness. So we have to understand that it is not by happenstance that we get to do these things. It is truly the blessing that comes with singleness. Like, it's truly a blessing to know that God saw fit to not have me stress then, but let me stress now when it would only affect me. So I will say this to say to all of my single ladies, it is not a curse to be single, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever age. It is truly a blessing to be called into singleness. God can trust you in your singleness. Now, he may not keep you in your singleness, but he can trust you in it. Just like the same as when you get married, he can trust you in this marriage. He can trust you to birth the children that he has called you to birth. He is trusting you to be that partner for your spouse in any shape or form that is needed. So count it all joy. whether you feel like you were already supposed to be married or whether you are unsure. Like maybe you're like, well, maybe marriage is for me, maybe it's not. Maybe my dating experiences in the past is, made me not want to be married. Trust me, when you meet the right one and they are patient with you, they are kind towards you, they don't mind going through the long haul of the suffering with you. When you meet that person and when they show you why the wait was worth it, you will not wonder, or you will not look at the past years as a waste or regretting, because you know that from this moment on, with this person that God has given me, I will just flourish. Like, I will feel the love that I was supposed to feel. I will have everything that I'm supposed to have. And it will be beautiful. I mean, it just will. I just feel like it will be worth the wait. Some people may not know what it's like to be in their 30s and be single. It is rough. It is rough when you felt like you're 10 years behind where you thought you should be. I thank God that He kind of reshifts our focus, not to be so consumed with what if, but to be consumed with the why. God, why am I still single? I think when you shift your wordings as to why not, and instead of ask why, like, why do you still have me single? Why do you have me waiting? Why is this part of my life more important for me to have a spouse than this part of my life? And then once you sit and you listen and you allow him to explain to you why, it'll all make sense. Like, I remember I asked God about, what my future was, family, career, all the things. I wanted to know what his plans were for me. And God literally laid out exactly, not like in detail per se, but he gave me the big overview of the why everything made sense. And it's like, I want to say without giving too much, but it's like he told me, okay, Micah, this is who you're called to marry. And with this marriage, I am cultivating such characteristics in you now, because where this marriage will go and what this marriage will do, you being who you are right now is not gonna fly. Like, you got to get another level of faith. You got to get another level of perseverance. You got to get another level of dying to yourself. You got to get to another level of patience, because where you are and where your husband will be and where you guys are going, sometimes it may feel like you're going in separate ways, but technically it's all going to come back together. But you got to trust me that when it feels like it's separating, I know exactly what I'm doing to bring y'all back together, because at the end of it all, it's for my glory, not for your glory. And I have to make sure that before I bring you two together, I got to teach you guys right now what it means to endure, what it means to pace yourself, what it means to really seek me and really know the plans that I have for the both of you. Because he told me that my husband's career and my career will soar. Like, our careers are going to go and they're going to soar. But we have to be so in aligned with each other that we won't feel like it's competition. That just because he's going this way and I'm going this way, I don't feel like, oh, I got to try to hurry up and catch him or surpass him. He's like, y'all have to know what it's like to support each other, even when you're not beside each other. So he is cultivating me now and my future husband, so that when we do get together, we don't have to waste years of learning how to wait or how to pace each other, or pace to stay in line with each other, or to make sure that I'm not going too fast that he can't keep up, or he can't go too fast that I can't keep up. We got to know that even though we're going, wherever we're going, we're sowing, we got to stay at the same pace so that we don't drag one of us down trying to climb to reach our goals or do whatever God has called us to do. So that's why it's so important to wait on the Lord and to wait and actually really seek him for what he wants for your marriage. Like, you may think it's trivial, or you may think that maybe he won't answer you, but if you're asking for a godly marriage and you're asking him to order your steps, he's going to do it. He may not give you details, verbatim. Like, sometimes he may tell you, hey, this is who your husband is, but don't say nothing to him. Lord, then why is we wasting time? And he's like, don't tell him. When at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 16:22. When at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And we got to be okay with, at that time, he will make it happen. So, once again, to all my single ladies. Oh, the single lady. Oh, the single. Okay, sorry. To all my single ladies, he has not forgotten about you. He has not overlooked you. You are not wife material. You are not too far gone or too dirty or whatever you may think your excuse is as to why you're not married. Coming from one sister to another, and one sister to a brother. It might be another brother listening to this. You are being cultivated to be able to carry the mantle that comes with your marriage. Everybody's marriage ain't the same. Everybody's marriage isn't God breathed. Every marriage doesn't have a God assignment to it. So stop comparing yourself to everybody else's marriage, because what he has for you is for you and your husband. What he has for you and your kids are for you and your kids and your husband. He will not make a mistake. He will not come through with the promises that he gave you. But let it be the promises he gave you and not the ones that you want him to fulfill. That's your promises, or what you want, because there's a major difference. We can ask for things and we think that, God, because I asked for it, you're going to give it to me. That might not be according to his will. His will might be something totally different over here. So you got to make sure that what you want and what God wants fits together, and that it serves his purpose and not yours. Okay? Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to be patient. We're going to wait on the Lord. But we're also going to make sure that we're still doing what we're supposed to do as single people. Okay? Okay. We're going to thrive. We're going to work our businesses. We're going to go back to school. We're going to climb that corporate ladder. We're going to do all the things that we're supposed to do. All right? All right. Love y'all. See y'all later. Until the next conversation. Deuces.